An example of not so great, in my opinion, winter tire. Let me explain why. But first you may want to look. So this is the TOYO GSI 5. And so it's a winter tire. We are in Canada. The problem with this is you notice the block area. So if you consider the white line are the gaps between the blocks and the dark surfaces, this is the total block area. What you see here is that the block area, it's very a large amount of the total area. The white lines are very small, very thin. So the white lines or white area is the area that's actually in between the blocks. So it's basically the amount of snow that the tire can grip when you brake or when you accelerate in deep snow. This is a problem, and many new tires on the market are very much the same. You have very little white area snow in between the blocks, which means there is little traction and not so great braking power or long braking distance if you want, but also very important if you travel at certain speed such as on highways and the road is not plowed and there is a snowstorm, your car will simply float on the snow, which basically means you don't have good control. You may lose control. This also particularly happens when you switch lines on highway on our secondary roads when you try to pass, and in between the lines there is always a certain amount of snow which is accumulating there. So this is really unfortunate, but that's how the tires are these days. We are in 2025. I think the tire makers try to design tires to be better on ice and snow. So it's a compromise. Unfortunately, the performance in deep snow has decreased because the tires are designed also, or at least trying to design them to be better on ice. So ice would require more contact surface. Snow traction in deep snow would require less contact surface, more gap in between the blocks, or either more gap, more white area, or smaller blocks, not too big like this one. So this is one of the ways to just get an idea how good the tire is going to be. Obviously they are going to be a matter of the quality of the rubber as well. So winter rubber is supposed to stay soft in cold days, cold temperatures, and that depends really on the quality of the rubber. So you may have two winter tires from two brands. One may have a better quality rubber which will stay softer and will grip better in any condition basically. This is how it goes. Also notice if you have wider spacing in between the blocks, there is a good chance the tires will be noisier. So that's a trade if you want, but you may get a better traction in snow. Always go with the most expensive that you can afford basically, but keep in mind you will see the top priced tires or brands that will have similar pattern and may not simply do better or decently well in deep snow or on slush. So the slush part is exactly the same as deep snow. When you travel especially at speed, the tire that's like this cannot evacuate the slush. So it has a tendency to float on slush. Slush is wet snow, right? Float on slush, and you don't have good control on your car. Also keep in mind, this is a small car, so this is a sedan car. Truck tires, so if you have a truck, regular Chevrolet or Ford trucks, the blocks are going to be bigger, but also the gaps in between the blocks for the same tire, model of tire, they are slightly bigger. And also the trucks are going to be heavier, so you get better performance. So when you read online reviews, pay attention. If it's a review for a truck, for the same tire, it may give you better reviews compared to a review for the same tire on a sedan car because the trucks, again, the blocks are slightly, basically the gap between the blocks is better, it's bigger and they have more traction. And also the trucks are weightier, heavier, so they have the better traction compared to a smaller car.